two women kiss, while the girl covers the eyes of one. The maid sees everything, and starts recording what is happening. The girl is enjoying the whole situation. The maid leaves, not liking what she saw. The woman says that her partner's kiss is different, because it's softer, and asks what he did. The girl says he's already gone. The woman comments that it was the best kiss she's ever had, and she doesn't know what he did, but she really enjoyed it. The man asks what the woman is doing in the room. She says she just came to see if the bride needed anything. The groom asks if she looks good, because he is very anxious. The woman says yes, and says the bride is beautiful no matter what. The groom says he's going to see her. The woman stops him. He asks what happened. The woman comments that it is bad luck for the groom to see the bride before the wedding. He says it's silly, and he doesn't believe in those things. She insists and tells him not to go, and says that she needs to confess something to him. The woman says that she came to help the bride, and suddenly, out of nowhere, she kissed her. He asks if this is some kind of joke, and asks what she meant by that. The woman says that the bride simply attacked and kissed her, without her waiting. The man takes a deep breath, and says that this is not possible. And the woman says it happened and she couldn't help it. The man gets irritated, and opens the bedroom door. The woman tells him not to do something stupid, because today is an important day, and he can't do that. But he enters the room anyway. He enters and asks what the story is. She stays behind the girl, so that he does not see her dressed as a bride. He asks how she had the nerve to do that to him. The bride asks what he is referring to. The groom says no, he can't see her, that it's bad luck, but the bride kisses her sister, then she can. She asks if he's crazy to think about it, because he doesn't even like women. He says he can't believe she had the nerve to do that to him. The bride says she doesn't understand anything he's saying. The man tells her to watch her mouth, and his sister has already told him everything. The bride says that she is like that, because she has just kissed him, and he has just left the room, and what he says must be a misunderstanding. The man says if she didn't feel his beard, or ran his hand through his hair, and asks if she thinks he's a muggle. The girl asks for calm, for the guests not to hear. The man tells her to get out of there, as it's a couple's conversation. The bride is perplexed, as she was deceived, asks to talk to him, as there was a misunderstanding. He says this can't be a misunderstanding and closes the door. The bride says she would never do that, because she loves him, and the two are getting married today. He says that he thought he knew her, but it seems like he didn't. The lady appears on time, and says the guests are waiting. The bride tells her to explain what happened, and that she was blindfolded, and didn't see anything. The lady pretends she doesn't know what she's talking about. The bride is perplexed by this. The groom is stunned by it. The girl completes and says that the bride said it was the best kiss she ever gave. The bride says that she thought it was the man, and tells the girl to tell the truth. The girl comments with the groom, who tried to warn before, who the real woman was. The bride asks why she did this to her, and if it wasn't her friend. The groom gets angry, and says he doesn't want to know anything else. She tells the girl, who destroyed her marriage. The girl says that she only did the right thing, because the man deserves someone better than her. The woman takes a deep breath, and asks who is this person who is better for the man. The girl makes fun of the bride, and says that the man deserves someone like her. The woman says that he will never want the girl, because he loves her. She says things change as he knows she kissed a woman. The bride says it's absurd, and calls her envious. And the girl says the bride is a loser. The man says he doesn't believe this happened at the wedding. The maid comes to the man, and says that she needs to tell the boss something. He replies that today he has no patience for anything. She says it's important. The man says that nothing is as important as what just happened. He asks him to listen. The man says no, because she keeps gossiping about other people's lives. She says it's in his best interest. The angry man tells the maid to take the things and never show up there again. She asks if he's really going to fire her. She grunts and leaves. The maid knocks on the door, and goes to talk to the bride. She asks what she wants. She says she came to say goodbye to her. The woman asks how so. The maid says the boss fired her. The bride asks why, and says the day is crazy. The maid comments that she tried to warn the bride that it was not her fault, and he did. The woman asks if the maid saw that she was not to blame for anything. The maid says that she saw it, and also recorded everything, and the boss did not even want to listen to her. The woman tells the maid to go look for the man, along with her. The man enters the room, and asks if he hasn't already told the maid to leave. The woman tells him to listen to what the maid has to say. The man says this is beyond explanation, and tells them to go away. She says she's leaving, but first he has to listen to what she has to say. He then asks the bride to tell a few more of her lies. She says she won't talk, it's better to show. She takes her cell phone and shows the video to the groom, and she asks what he has to say now. The man apologizes to the bride, and says she acted on emotion. The bride says that she can understand by the situation that occurred, but she wanted him to trust her, and he didn't even do that, which was to give her a vote of confidence. The man apologizes to the bride, and suggests they go ahead with the wedding. The maid doesn't like what she's seeing. The bride is indecisive. The groom's sister arrives and starts saying that the bride can even marry her brother, but she asks if the bride didn't feel anything with the kiss. The bride says she can't say she didn't like it, and was even confused by her feelings. The man asks if the bride will have the courage to do this to him. The maid says it's really sweet what the bride said. The man doesn't like it, and says the maid is fired again. She says that if the bride needs her, she will be available, and leaves. The bride comments to the man that she won't let what she just felt go away, because it's stronger than she felt with the man, because just with her kiss, it made her think twice about her choices. And the two kiss. The man gets angry and leaves the room. The bride, however, embraces the groom's sister. On his way out, he bumps into the girl, and asks what she's still doing there. The girl says that she was not going to leave the man behind. He says it's not a good time, and he's not in the right frame of mind. The girl suggests that the two of them go out for a drink and relax their minds. He says it's not a bad idea. She says she'll be great company.